Let's take a look. It looks like the windows are tinted. It's hard to tell if it's just nighttime. Oh, we're really picking up speed now. We're going almost about 85. We're going to try get off the freeway off exit 12 here of the 605. Taking Telegraph. Getting off here at Telegraph. Let's see where this car plans on going once I get to the bottom of this. Maybe they just take a left here and try and get right back on the 605 in the opposite direction. Now we're stuck behind a tractor trailer carrying, I don't even know what that is. But we're on Telegraph, we're on surface streets, just pretty fast here. Wouldn't be surprised if we start blowing more reds. That was a red, there's one. Took a left here, now we were on Telegraph, we're on Orenday Road. Trying to, you see the air unit hitting that car with the light. Sometimes the actual cruiser will turn on the lights, but now we're getting onto neighborhood streets. We just got off Orenday. Now we're getting onto Flossmoor. We're getting onto Flossmoor here. And we're going pretty fast. My computer says 50 miles an hour down these surface streets. I'm not sure what this person's goal is on these small neighborhood streets here. We got off Flossmoor, now we're on Jersey. And again, we believe if you're just joining us live here in News Chopper 4, we are in the Santa Fe Springs Whittier area for a CHP pursuit of what we believe to be a robbery suspect. This was on the 5, it got onto the 605, and now we're back on Telegraph Road. Thankfully through a green light here, doing about 55 miles an hour on Telegraph. We'll have to start to zoom out and show you what's ahead because there's no telling what this car is going to do. But that was another green light, thankfully. I've seen some reckless maneuvers here. We saw them go wrong way on Lakewood Boulevard earlier. Haven't seen anything crazy dangerous just yet. But pretty fast speeds here on these surface streets. Through another green here on Telegraph, and it looks like pretty slow night here on Telegraph in the direction that this car is going. Jim, is this eastbound on Telegraph, you'd say? We are eastbound on Telegraph. I had to check with our pilot. But we are eastbound on Telegraph, doing about 70 now. And they just seem to have the whole road to themselves. Green light after green light. That CHP unit a bit further back now. But you see that spotlight from the airship. That is still on them. At points, we were able to find this pursuit because there was at least 8 CHP cruisers, no exaggeration, at least 8 CHP cruisers right through a red light there. But as I was saying, 8 cruisers following this thing, pretty close proximity. But since getting onto the surface streets, doing about 70, almost 80 here on Telegraph, really only one cruiser, but it looks like that car is backed off. Maybe trying just to take some of the pressure off this car, get them to slow down a bit, drive a little less reckless. We would try to zoom in and show you the driver, but those tinted windows at nighttime, it's going to make it a little harder to see that. We're averaging about now 75 miles an hour on Telegraph. A little bit of brakes, but right through that red light at 75 miles an hour. CHP car getting a little closer there now. We're going to hit some brakes, maybe take a right here. What are they pulling into? That I thought it was a mall at first. Oh, it might be. Yeah, they are pulling into a mall, or a shopping center at the very least, a strip mall. We're going to take that over some speed bumps there, just tiny little speed bumps. It didn't look too serious. Oh, but they're going to get out, and they're going to run into the store, but the car's not in park, so the car's rolling away. The CHP officer having to run up to that car and get that thing stopped. We don't know. We're coming around. Jim's bringing us around here. We're going to see. I would assume that person was tackled, but let's see if they made it into the, what is that, a Target? Oh, Walmart, I'm sorry. Let's see if the suspect made it into that Walmart or not. We just saw at least 3 CHP officers run into there, chasing that suspect. And again, what we believe that suspect, either a robbery suspect, possibly. CHP pursuing them for about 20 minutes, but it looks like possibly that it's come to an end here at the Walmart, but we're going to have to see. I think they might have made it inside, so we will continue to keep an eye on this from above, but the car has stopped, thankfully. It looks like a CHP officer either got it into park or it came to rest against one of those guard rails, I guess you would call it. But that looks to conclude this pursuit, at least from our perspective up here in News Chopper 4. Where? In the parking lot. All the way around back? Oh, I see. Can we jump around back real quick and take a look? My pilot telling me they may be looking for somebody. They may be looking for somebody around the back of the Walmart. We're gonna have to take a look here. Jim, do you think there was there just one person in the vehicle, or do you think two? We're getting reports that somebody might be hiding back here. We're seeing some lights. We're seeing CHP officers running up with lights. We see hands up, so it looks like that person, thankfully, is surrendering here. Wow, so I'm not sure when that person got out of the car, if they maybe made their way through the whole Walmart that fast, if they jumped out before we even got in here. But that is a crazy twist. Somebody being detained here at the back of the Walmart. So now we know that both the driver and the passenger taken into custody. So just trying to gather a bit of information. So there was a driver and a passenger. We don't know who was who, but this person is apprehended. We know someone. Jim, did you say they're hiding? They've got one person here that we can see in custody. They have another one. I think the other one might be in custody. I think I heard that part. A 40-yard So as we can see, just gathering some information here. As we can see, one person definitely in custody here. Trying to track down that second person because it looked like from our perspective that they ran into the Walmart. But there's so much activity back here. It looks like they either ran through the entire Walmart in that span of time or ran around it. But just the amount of time that they got out of the car and ended up back here, I mean, that seems like an Olympic track event to get through the entire Walmart. Oh, but we have another person here with a backpack. This person's being detained. Perhaps this was the second person. I swear I heard them said they had both in custody, but this is somebody else being detained at the back of the Walmart here. So, yes, this person actually managed to run through the entire Walmart in that span of time, pop out the back, and that's when that first person was detained. And then maybe this second person was able to keep running a little more, get around the corner. But it looks like this pursuit has come to an end here at the Walmart on Telegraph Road in Whittier, Santa Fe Springs. We'll continue to stay over top of this, but that concludes the pursuit from CHP and other agencies here. Thank you for joining us. I'm your reporter, Josh Kuzo, with our pilot, Jim Pollard. So thank you for joining us here live in News Chopper 4 Alpha over this pursuit. Hey, Jim, or hey, Jack. I signed off because it looks like this thing's over and they have both in custody.